am Jazz Giraldo with The Boss, and today we are here with these three amazing actors, Tarek Tohme, Micayla De Ette, and Maurice Benard. How are you guys?
Good. How you doing?
We're great.
Great.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about this project. How did it happen, and when did you guys start working on it?
Well, basically, I met Tarek. He hired me to sing on a song that he was working on with, he was working at USC on film, and he hired me and we hit it off, and he said, do you want to do some more stuff? Like, you should be doing stuff with this voice. And so a couple weeks later, he's like, I think we should make a movie together. And I was like, okay. I'm speeding, of course, through the process, but so then we just decided, we would make it about something that was truthful and something that was inspiring to people, and we worked our butts off, and here we are today.
Has it been easy for you as a singer? Because we know you have one of the greatest voices ever. I was researching you, and you can hit notes that not many people can in this world. Do you see yourself as an actor as well, now that you have been working with this project?
You know what? Actually, my first passion is acting, and people don't know that I was starred in many musicals and plays all through grade school, high school, junior high, and into college. And so it was natural for me, but most people are surprised, So I very much consider myself an actor who can sing, but singing took off for me first. And so I decided, let's go with that, and now I'm glad it's all come full circle.
Yeah, you went on with your talent.
Yeah, I love it.
And what's the difference of, what's the best thing about your character in this movie?
I think the best thing about Sydney Rhodes, who I play in the movie, we meet her after she's gone through a lot of tragedy, and we see the metamorphosis. I don't want to give too much away, but we see how she's dealing with the hardships of life, and everybody can relate to it, but she has a unique way of dealing with it, and that's what I admire about her. Her music is her passion, and it's something that it really heals her, and this friendship that she develops with Vic, and he can talk more about that, but she begins to open up, and I really love that. I think that's a challenge for all of us,
No, that's amazing. Tarek, tell us a little bit about your character. You're the main character in this movie. How do you feel about it? What are your expectations?
When we were creating the script, we wanted to draw from some of our personal experiences and some of the grief that we've both gone through, and kind of take some of the trauma of our past and turn it into something beautiful. We like to say, beauty from ashes. And I think the character of Vic, who I'm honored to play the son of Maurice over here, one of the best actors I've ever seen. And it was really just a cool experience to be able to kind of pull from our real life, grief and trauma, but turn it into something beautiful. So I think being able to honestly heal while we were making the movie and playing these roles was something really awesome, and now we get to share the film with other people. So
is it difficult for you as an actor to be working in a project where you also produce and you direct and you have so many things to do at the same time?
I kind of came from the same school of thought as Micayla. My passion was acting to begin with, and I actually went to film school at USC to learn more about the movie making process, and did it with the goal of becoming a director, but also wanting to fulfill my acting dreams as well. So, I think for me they kind of go hand in hand, and this film was so personal, and we put so much into it in the months and months and months of pre-production that, even in working with Jonathan Pope, our director of photography, everything was so thought out, with our shot list and our shooting plan, that we kind of showed up on set. We had a tight 19-day shooting schedule, and everything we sought to do, we just went to achieve it. And I think it was all about the planning. A lot of the directing that I did was just, kind of pre-production, and so much of directing, to me, like 90% of directing is casting. So when you get actors like Maurice, on set, you let great actors do their work, and
that's true.
That was the same thing with Micayla too. Like, I was blown away by how great of an actress she was, and people will see that too. This girl can not only sing, but she's a phenomenal actress, a phenomenal talent, and she's the star of the movie.
I can say that for sure. We were looking at the trailer, and it looks amazing. It looks like it's, we can wait for December 6th to see this great project. And now we have with us our Emmy Award winner, Maurice Benard. How are you? How do you feel about this character, in particular about this movie?
Well, my first passion is singing. Nobody knew that. I was some incredible singer. I met these two, and I believed in them when I met them, but what they did in the film is beyond what I expected, to be honest with you. I thought they would be, because I believed them, they would be good, but she can act, she can sing her ass off, he can direct, he can act, and so it's just all incredible. And it's amazing because they didn't know, but I had major anxiety on this movie.
What is different in this project from the other projects you've been working before during so many years?
Well, you know, sometimes you get on I just played John Gotti in this movie. It was the worst experience of my life. So this, working with them was just a pleasure. It was like Disneyland because they were so sweet and nice and great. So you got the best of all worlds. So I've had really bad
and great. Okay, well, that seems interesting. It is somehow related to the fact that you are, as an actor, you're an actor, but you're also an advocate for the bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, my book, Nothing General About It, will be out in April. I've lived with mental illness for over 30 years, and it's amazing that now people are killing themselves even more with mental illness than ever before. Celebrities, it's unreal. And that's my goal, is to prevent that from happening. So the more I can speak, the more awareness, then people can maybe, we can try to fix this. I don't know the fix. All I know is
as an actor, you feel the responsibility because you've seen how many other artists have been suffering.
Well, I always say, you know, and not to get deep into this, but when I was in the mental institution at 22, and I was strapped down to a bed, and I would ask God why He's doing this to me. Somewhere down in there, I knew there was a reason, and it's happening now.
That's beautiful. Well, we're hoping for the best and for your book to be a complete success as well. Guys, tell us a little bit about this project. How do you get to work with Luis Guzman?
Yeah, so Luis Guzman, he's a phenomenal guy as well, and obviously an amazing actor, amazing talent. I actually met him. When I was at USC Film School, I got selected to direct the first ever feature film. It was called The Labyrinth. James Franco, the actor, came to USC and sponsored this project. They selected 8 directors. I was lucky to be one of them, and I got to work with this company for a year, and then they brought me on after I graduated to produce a movie called Don Quixote, and it's an adaptation of the old, Spanish tome.
Is that a long movie? Because Don Quixote is a very long book.
We definitely condensed it. We actually made use of the Don Quixote spark notes when doing the outline in the script, so we didn't read through the whole thing. We were lucky enough to have Louis come and play a small role. He played a farmer in the film, so he came for a one-day cameo. And when he flew in, I was actually the producer that went to the airport to pick him up when he arrived to LA. And the first thing he said when he got in the car, he said, "Hey, I'm shooting this one day, but what are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "Well, we're filming." He said, "Oh, are you available to take me somewhere?" I said, "Well, where do you need to go?" He said, "I want to go to this homeless shelter." And I looked at him, I thought, is this guy really wanted to go to a homeless shelter? Is he that awesome? And he meant it, so I actually took the day off from set the next day. My producing partner, Vanessa, covered set, and I went with Louis. We went to this shelter, and he volunteered and met with everybody, and there were actually a lot of addicts there who were in recovery. And, so when we were developing the script, I was developing with Micayla, and a big, part of what we're advocates for is helping the homeless too. And a big theme in the movie is, recovery from addiction. So when we were thinking of who we could ask to be a part of this project, Luis Guzman came to mind immediately. Because I thought, he's an advocate for this exact cause.
He was happy to help with the project.
Yeah, so he came on board. His son, Sami, came on board as a producer. They championed the project, and we're extremely grateful to have him on board.
We know that the movie is based on a true story. How do you guys prepare? And what story specifically? So
I want to say something, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I want to say that these amazing actors, the only reason we were able to make this film is because they basically volunteered their time. I mean, we had to pay them legally, you know what I mean? But they took the least amount that you could possibly pay someone. Louis, Marie, everybody. Flav, because they believe so much in the story. They believe in just what Maurice was saying about the power of sharing your story and how that can really literally save someone's life. And when we decided to dive deep into, because it's based on events in my life, there's a lot of liberty taken, and I want to make sure people know that my songs weren't stolen, thank God. But we took some license in those things, but we embodied a lot of the emotional experiences that we've both had with loss. And I lost my sister, to addiction, and it's a huge part of my heart and my purpose is to tell people they're not alone. And so when we decided to dive deep, I had a lot of support, a lot of people in my life, because it's very emotional. It's it's very hard to expose yourself like that and say, hey, this is what I've been through, but I know the power of telling the truth. It literally saved my life, and a few times people in my past who have told me, hey, you're not alone, I'm going through that too. You have an eating disorder, okay, I'm with you, I can help, you know what I mean? That has saved my life. And so I decided, you know what, with God's help and strength and support of these amazing people, I'm going to allow people to peer into what's really going on. And it was difficult. There were days we had to cut, you know what I mean? And it was very cathartic for me, very, very healing, like Tarek said, because I remember the first time we were shooting the Hold On song that is out now. Check it out, just saying. Shameless plug. But I could not get through it. The song wasn't finished, and he was like, I really think that song needs to be in the movie. And I was trying so hard to dive into what had been true for me. And I just went for it, that take. We didn't use that take, but I just broke down, and the cast and crew and everyone was just, they gave me a moment, but it was something that I needed to break through in my own life. And now I'm able to talk about it, and of course I'm still very emotional about it, but I'm able to share the hope that is possible when you say, hey, I'm struggling, is that okay? Like, I'm not perfect, I got something going on in my life, can I still be accepted? Absolutely, yes. And so we want people to take that from the movie and know that these actors, there are people out here who their life seems perfect, but they're just like everyone else. They struggle, and they have triumphs, and they have people around them that love and support them. And we're so lucky to be able to tell this story. We just really hope that people will literally hold on after they watch this movie. Not give up,
this project literally looks like something that goes beyond just a simple movie. Maurice, why, you mentioned just right now, why was this character so difficult for you?
Well, it wasn't that the character was so difficult. I actually liked the character a lot. It's just that I was in a bad place with anxiety.
Is your character somehow related to the anxiety situation?
Well, no, but what I do as an actor, whatever I have, the character is going to have.
Okay.
So that's how I do it. But it doesn't make it easier, but it makes it so I can act.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm like, I gotta go. And so he had, he was just deeper than I think. Right,
works
Tarek?
Great for the movie.
No, it works.
Love it, yeah.
But he was deeper than I expected because I just had this thing. And even the scenes, I did this scene that I loved with these two. I'm at the desk, and that was my first scene with you guys. And I remember feeling a certain way, and I'm like, oh man, and I have to be kind of up. Remember, I had to be like, hey, and that's real hard. I mean, because when you have what I have, like anxiety, and you're doing a deeper thing, it's easier. But when you have to be up,
the opposite.
I love the scene.
I
These
think
two
it
were
makes
fantastic.
it work so well because there's this
well.
underlying tension that it's like it's almost custom. The anxiety was custom made for the scene, really.
It was.
It has to be, I guess.
And the thing is, he did tell us, because we both produced the film along with Sami and Frida, and when we went into this, he was telling us a little bit about his struggles at the time, and we wanted to make sure it was an environment where it was okay. Like, I was going through a lot, you know what I mean? And it was okay, and we made it a point to say, this may not be like any set you've ever been on. Like, we're just gonna be like, this is how we showed up, we're doing our best, we're gonna make the day, we're gonna do it. We had an amazing person at the helm. He's very good at keeping us on track, but also being sensitive to that. And so that we used it. He used it, you know what I mean? And it made the scene so much better.
I mean, I just want to say too, but the same is true in reverse. Like, the thing is, when Micayla and I were doing, one of the first scenes we did was the scene with Maurice, and we thought, man, we're with this super experienced actor. We felt intimidated and anxiety ourselves, but he was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, just so awesome. No ego. Like, it was an amazing experience to be able to kind of kickstart the movie doing a scene with him.
That's
because he kind of
amazing.
set the standard for us being.
Was that the first scene of the
It was one of the very, we
Yeah.
shot the first day in the house. That was like the first
You
thing we
guys
shot.
seem to have a lot of things in common, and it's beautiful to see how in this project everybody was supporting each other, and you guys were able to allow other people with more experience and a great actor as Maurice to lead you, you know, and show you
That's the truth.
and help you so much.
And even Louis would come to set when he wasn't
Yeah.
scheduled. He would just say, "Just checking in on you guys. We love you. We're supporting you." You know what I mean? We'd just be
That's
like, "Oh, there's Luis Guzman. Oh my gosh,"
Yeah.
you know, just to make sure that we knew we were supported. You know.
Well, that's it. It looks amazing for now. So let's see, guys. You can don't miss the movie, please. It's gonna be released on December 6th. Hold on. Thank you so much. I am Jazz Giraldo, and see you later.
Please don't ever forget God is with